there, but it's still a little bit tricky. Now this is the 4-minute preparatory signal for
Class 40 and the Figaros.
Yes, they got 19 Class 40 pocket rockets from 7 different countries, and 9 Figaros with some budding round-the-world sailors here, so they would love to be in an Open 60 following those boats off. Well, they can race them.
Yeah, the Class 40 is very much designed as sort of feeder class to the Open 60s, or a cheaper version. And they've got some pretty good racing going on for the Class 40s now. There's an awful lot of them around the place, and they're going to be there. We've also got, as I say, the Figaros. Now, there's a lot of Artemis Figaros that we've seen during Cowes Week, and they're a training school, if you like, for budding single-handed sailors.
So they've got a joint start at 20 past 12.
3 minutes to go. Just having a look at one of the older Class 40s, GBR 97. I think that's Mark Denton, isn't it? Okay.
GBR 47.
97.
97 is Julian Metherell and Mark Denton.
Yeah, that's
and
Mark.
Fortissimo.
Indeed, and just manoeuvring about, we have one of the Artemis boats close to the line. We've still got lots of spectator ribs out here and spectator craft, but they're all being well behaved, staying away from everything. One of the Class 40s, 2 of the Class 40s heading down towards the island, but most of them staying up here at the pin end of the line. Just having a look, and I think that Maitre Coq is crossing Massif by quite a distance, so it certainly has paid to start here and tack fairly early and head for the mainland. And the Hugo Boss has just gone through ahead of Chemini Pujolat, and she was behind her at the actual start, so it's not working to go out into the middle of the Solent. Maitre Coq was the first boat to tack, went right in up the beach, tacked off, and has got the advantage in the Open 60s. So it's Maitre Coq, Hugo Boss, and then it's Chemini Pujolat, I think, from Massif, from Safran, from PRB, and then finally Marais, the last one.
So a minute and a half to go until the Class 40 and Figaro 2 starts, and lots of boats in this joint start.
Oh yeah, there's a real bunch here at the pin end trying to push round. Mark Denton has number 97, Fortissimo, nicely placed, reaching down the line with just 10 seconds to go, but there's a great pack of the Class 40s and the Figaros trying to fight their way in, but Mark Denton's going to get the best start if he gets that. He's got 1 minute to go to the start, but if he stays where he is, it's going to be nicely placed, because behind him there's a whole melee of Class 40s and Figaros all mixed up, trying to find their way around there. Mark's just got to hover there for a few moments and then get going, and then he's going to be careful how he tacks, though. That's going to be the biggest problem, because all the other boats are going to be on starboard. Full Irish, a boat that's done very well in Figaro racing up to now, one of the best rookies. They're coming in right at the mark with 25 seconds to go to the start. A lot of shouting going on behind me as boats come zooming in around here, trying to find space. ERDF, one of the French boats with very flashy graphics all over it, finding just the space, and there's a lot of yelling, a lot of shouting. 10 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go. I think there's going to be some over. Yitsko. Yep, an individual recall for some of them. I think FRA 60 YZICO is her name, number 60. She must have been over. Somebody's trying to port tack the fleet from the middle of the line, which is a brave move. But ERDF was the one we were talking about, the multicoloured boat, and they've just tacked straight away. There's one Class 40 behind me that doesn't seem to have crossed the line properly. It, I'm sure, started outside the outer limit mark. This is an old Class 40 called Privor V, French boat number 17, and she's I'm pretty sure she started outside the limit mark, so a bit of an odd one for her. ERDF with her hand graphics all over the sail and the hull in bright colours. She's doing very well. She was first to tack. Now, how's that guy getting on who was trying to port tack the fleet? He's still coming towards them. He's had to take a few sterns, I think. Full Irish has tacked onto port now, heading towards the mainland. Still, some of the Class 40s haven't crossed the line yet, but great stuff with a start there. Really good close start for the 40s, Class 40s and the Figaros. The Figaros, of course, much smaller, less sail area, so we'd expect the wide, powerful Class 40s to overtake them. Beautiful sight for photographers, sunshine on the boats and heavy black clouds overhead. There's Full Irish. David Kefnick is the man in that boat, and he's had some good results in the Figaros, and he's actually leading the Figaro class at the moment. So Full Irish with David Kefnick, he's the leader in the Figaros. Momentum Ocean Racing just coming past here. One boat I haven't seen is 40 Degrees, but she's probably there somewhere. But ERDF is the boat that's leading them all into the mainland shore. The Figaros all in a bunch together, and then the Class 40s spread out down the line as they get going. And it's nip and tuck for some of those. It's really just sort of a few feet between the boats as they fight it out on the first exciting bit of their race. 611 miles round the Fastnet Rock, finish at Plymouth. And that is the Rolex Fastnet race 2013. Now, what happened to Mark Denton in number 92? He had a good start. He was sitting right on the line, got there perhaps a touch early, about a minute to go. And there he is. He's now tacked onto port in the middle of the fleet, and there's still quite a bunch of boats behind him, so he's doing quite well. That's number 97, Fortissimo, and an old friend of ours. Big black clouds up ahead, building up on the wind as well, because we got a good 10 knots of breeze now. The Class 40s with their twin rudders, they have wide sterns, a rudder on each corner, and their windward rudders coming out of the water as the boats heel to the breeze, and these full sail plans with their square tops. Mainly a French class. There's a Dutch boat, there's a few UK ones, and some from Spain, but mainly it's French boats in the Class 40s. You were saying there was how many different countries did you say, Simon?
They've got in the Class 40s, they've got 7 different countries represented there.
Oh, there's one even from Norway. I've just seen that, El Mook from Norway. These helicopters are noisy, aren't they?
Well, it's a great range of ages of both the competitors and the yachts, and the next starters in IRC4. For some of us, it's what the Rolex Fastnet race is all about, because we've got such a great collection of boats here, from Sigma 33s to X34s and Daler 34s and all sorts in here, and it's the biggest class, IRC4, in the Rolex Fastnet race 2013. It's approaching 5 minutes until their start. They will be starting at 12:30, and the sun goes in, but the breeze is reasonably good, isn't it?
Yeah, the breeze is quite nice, sort of settled in at a nice sort of 8 knots really. Plenty enough to sail, get everybody moving.